Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is Saw, a Rakdos deck that wants to cut the opponent in half using various weapons. We've got a serious removal payload, as well as some cards that are essentially sweepers. We have a way to give our men haste that will let us go in for damages turn after turn. This deck can bring the pain. Did you see Saw? We start with a little bit of hand disruption that also doubles as a way for us to scry and help improve our draws. When it enters play, it even hits the opponent for 2. It's like a shock, but they have to toss a card as well. It hurts so good. Sheoldred's Edict is the first of our removals. We use it to snipe enemy men and thin out crowds, but most importantly, it can hit planeswalkers for only 2 mana. We're a bit light on men, and if we don't have a way to attack them down, this will do the job very easily. We're playing Chainsaw, a 3 damage removal for small men. Once on board, the Chainsaw will get a rev counter anytime something dies. When equipped, the Chainsaw will give the creature wielding it a power boost equal to the number of rev counters. If we get this loaded up, it will be plenty of extra pain for the opponent. Unstoppable Slasher is a pretty strong guy to have on board. He eats up a removal like it's a roast beef sandwich and asks for seconds. If he connects with the opponent's face, he takes out half the opponent's life. It's a strong blow that can come as a surprise to the opponent if we land the Slasher and can give him haste. We're playing the Forge as well. It's a great way to get a token attacker each and every turn that grows as the game goes on. At the end of the turn, we have to sacrifice the Forge token, but that only serves to take the rev counters on our Chainsaw up a notch. Brotherhood's End is our sweeper for small men. Anything with a toughness of 3 or less gets themselves in an early grave when we fire it off. As a bonus, if the opponent is leaning heavily into artifacts, we can take them out if they're 3 mana or less. This might end up taking out some of our own men, but we have a guy who loves getting hit with damages. He's up next, so hang on. Ghost Rider is here. He's the indestructible guy that loves to get hit. All the damage he takes gets redirected to the opponent, like whether it's from our own cards or if it's from blockers. And when he does get in for damages on the opponent, he'll draw us a card at the cost of 1 life. Because Ghost Rider is indestructible, he makes for a perfect holder of a revved up Chainsaw. At that point, it's pain whether they block him or not. Enduring Courage is our way to give our men haste as well as a power boost. This makes our Forge tokens jump in power, or gets us a hasty Slasher that gets in for extra damages, as well as the life-cutting effect. And the Courage gets to come back as an enchantment if it gets killed off, so we'll continue to get the haste and pump. Waltz of Rage is a powerful sweeper that will hit all men for damage equal to the power of the creature we target. This will work great with something that has had its power boosted by either a Courage or having a Chainsaw equipped. And of course, Ghost Rider welcomes the big hit. The Black Virtue is here to clean up small men early on, and then give us any men that have gone to the grave in the late game. With our ability to end men, we'll have well-stocked graves, so we'll have plenty of men to choose from when we get this down as an enchantment. For lands, we have 3 Restless Vents, the Manland in our colors, 3 Raucous Theater, the Surveil dual, 4 Blazemire Verge, the swamp that becomes a dual when we have a swamp or mountain in play, 7 mountains, and 7 swamps. Playing the deck is rather simple. It's all about sniping their early men while we work on bringing in our own men. A Forge early means we can start getting in damage as the tokens get stronger and stronger. Keep taking out enemy men and pressuring the opponent's life total through the mid-game. Getting Ghost Rider in play and equipping him with a Chainsaw is a sure way to create havoc on board and pile up some damage. A Courage enhances our damage output, so get one down as soon as possible. A great line of plays is to drop a Forge on turn 3, then follow it up with a turn 4 Courage to give the Forge tokens that boost in power. Keep clearing out enemy men with removals and go in for hits. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is Dude Skis Down Mountains. No, wait, it's Dusk is. Dusk is what, bro? We're kicking things off with a 3-lander. We've got a Chainsaw as well as our combination of Forge and Courage that will get followed up with a Ghost Rider. I like it. Keep your pants on. They don't have anything we can cut in half with our chainsaw, so we'll skip this turn along. Is this one of those beanstalk and ramp decks that don't do anything? You gotta bring your A game. Don't bring your weak beans game. Please do something other than ramp. We'll go with a forge this turn. The earlier you can get one down, the sooner we'll get bigger tokens. It is kind of slow, which is why we want to help out the forge tokens with our enduring courage. Beanstalk does 0 damage to us, but nice try. You knew they were going to play out more ramp. You're so close to winning the game, bro. I might have to concede this one. We get our 4th land, and that calls for our courage. We're going to put this game on the express and hurry them on board with pumped-up tokens. They play out a mana elf, but we can crack that guy's skull on our turn. More ramp? All the lands in the world aren't going to knock us off. You gotta bring something other than that. We get a 5th land, which is perfect. This will let us play out our chainsaw to snipe their smelf, then plant the slasher down on board. Let's hope they brought some removals. That smelf got ripped in half. He can now be in 2 places at once. The slasher comes in for damages. Sweet, sweet damages before the forge spits out a token. This is 10 big ones before what life they have left gets cut in half. Geez, bro, extra cheese. This is Eiffel, as in tower. No, wait, it's eyelid hell. With those eyes, I'm not surprised. We get a 4-lander to start this one. We have a slasher, a courage, and a 5-mana burn spell from hell. This one might be tough if we can't get some of our earlier plays and removals. Keep. Beanstalk and ramp. No, wait, it's a mana guy. Sure, that's fine. We draw a chainsaw and this turn gets dedicated to cutting their mana guy in half. It's like a magic trick, but it happens for real. A mana guy with discard? That's new? We'll toss the Waltz. It's the least useful of our cards at the moment. Plus, we don't want to toss 2 lands. We draw a swamp, so maybe we should have tossed 2 lands. Anyways, let's roll with the slasher. He can eat removals like Twinkies. They kept a shuffler special and are trying to make it work with mana men. Maybe you should have come in with some beans and ramp. Let's hold off playing the courage until after we go in for damages. Let's see if they take the hit. They block up. They don't want to take 11 so early in the game. It's only 11 damages, bro. All right, now we can go ahead and play out the courage. They had 2 lands, we had all lands. GG's. This is Carlos. No, wait, it's Carlos. He says he wants more kitty litter or it's gonna smell funny up in here. We get the highly sought after Shuffler special. We've got double chainsaw, a forge with a sweeper, and a slasher. We are on the draw, so we have a chance to get a 3rd land before the opponent rips the head off our shoulders. Keep your hopes up. They play out a skull crab, but what they should have done is kept it in their pants. It's time to saw their crab in half. Anyone up for crab legs and garlic butter? We get an untapped 3rd land. It's perfect as that will let us play out the forge. It goes down smooth as the garlic butter we're having with the crab legs. They play out an annex, so they're willing to damage themselves to help us out. Very nice of you, bro. Thank you. We get a 4th untapped land, so we'll play it out. This will let us get Ghost Rider on board. He might not hit hard, but he will hit. And wait until we equip the chainsaw. They check out Ghost Rider. Go ahead and use a removal on him. He loves removals. We get a Courage, and that's what our play will be this turn. They have a counter at the ready, but that won't stop the damages. They will eat this turn. They play out an Archfriend, the kind that lets the Annex drain for 2. What the Annex gives, we can take away. We'll fire off the Sweeper. It won't kill their guy, but the second chainsaw will do the job. They unlock the Ritual Chamber to get their beefy demon token, but it might not be enough. We get another untapped land, and that's perfect. Now we can fire off another Brotherhood's End, and we'll equip Ghost Rider with the big chainsaw. Ghost Rider is hitting for 7, and they can't even block him. Damages, bro, damages. It's GG's. Extra cheese. This is Deion Sanders, prime time. I didn't know he played. Welcome to the big show. We get a 3-lander with double Waltz. Yikes. This is not at all good. Mull. Then we get a 4-lander with double Virtue and a Ghost Rider. This will do. A bit slow, but we hope the double Virtue removal can hold us up while we draw into more ammo. Keep. We'll ship a Swamp to the bottom. We draw a Slasher, which can at least get the party started a turn earlier than Ghost Rider. Their first play is a Caretaker's Talent, which is fine. They have a hand that's at least as slow as ours. This is a Slasher turn. He'll come on down and threaten their life total just by being on board. Let's go in with the Slasher. They'll want to cough up some removal or take 11. They do have a removal, but the Slasher eats it like Twinkie. Up next, Ghost Rider. He likes removals, pain, applying boots to rear ends, and making opponents cry. Our Surveil land shows us another Slasher on top. We'll take it. Plus, we know we can load up Ghost Rider with a counter using a map token. Plus, when he hits, we get a draw, so we can play out the other Slasher after combat. They surveil and throw a removal right into the grave. Apparently, those aren't all that great. or they're feeling the pressure. Let's send in Ghost Rider and his sidekick, the Slasher. They have another removal that gets eaten like a Twinkie. Keep feeding our men, prime time. Let's play out the Courage. That'll give our Forge tokens some need pump when we play it out. They drop an authority of the consuls. That'll make our Forge tokens useless. But that doesn't stop our current lineup of men from getting in for damages. All right, let's see if they have yet another removal for the Slasher. Let's get in there. They use another Get Lost, but the Slasher knows where he belongs. He comes right back to keep the party going. That's double the draw and double the damages from Brotherhood's end. They have a Caretaker's talent, but don't have any ways to make token men that can block? Prime time, you gotta fix your deck, bro. All right, let's send the heat. Damages, bro. Damages. We get a pair of lands, which is fine. We're about to end the game unless they can make our Ghost Riders disappear. Primetime did not bring enough removals. Jeez, bro. This is Robert Scribner. He likes using an umbrella as a hat. Genius move, sheer genius. A removing we will go. This shuffler special is almost all removals with a single courage. Surely this will work out. Keep, our surveil land shows us a nightmare, but we need lands. Another ramp, bro. Thanks for not playing anything that actually does damage. We get a third land, and this calls for the Slasher. Get in there and make them hurt. That beanstalk is going to save your life. Please tell me you're playing some real cards. Nope, Robert is all beans and ramp. He probably forgot to put in anything resembling some men in his deck. All that rage, and he's still a rat in a cage. Should be mad at your horrible deck building skills. We'll drop the courage this turn. We might not need all that much more to do them in. That's an 11-point hit. Good thing you played out some ramp and got yourself a ton of mana. More ramp? Are you serious? That's brilliant. Get more lands. Brilliant. Should have played that out as a blocker. These people are horrible. We get another Slasher, and that will be enough to end this awful experience. Get out of town, Charlie Brown. This is a curious nerd. So curious, he's got his own crystal ball. We get a shuffler special yet again. One of these days, this kind of hand is going to kill us, as we like to say around here. Keep your pants on. Our third land is a surveil land. Let's check out our top card. And it's another surveil land. We need it, so we'll keep it on top. We'll play out the mountain to be able to land our forge this turn. We need it to get rolling as early in the game as possible. Did they just drop a doll shop on us? They're going to need men to make that thing work. We're loaded with removals. They're going to be trying to skate uphill, in the snow, without pants. They get a forge of their own. That could complicate things, but I think we're fine. We can trade blows, especially since we'll have the courage boosting effect on our next turn. Not so funny now, is it? Our forge token will be hitting far harder than theirs. They drop an enduring innocence, but we've got removal with its name on it. We'll start this boot to rear end session with the chainsaw. Let's clear out their blockers. Damages, bro. Damages. They unload a nuke on our forge. It's gone for good, but they gave us a card, which turns out to be a land. We draw a Ghost Rider, which will definitely pressure them, especially with haste and a power boost. Let's ride. This is funny. They have to block it, but they have to block with two guys. Got another season? 'Tis the season after all. Happy holidays, bro. They're too busy smashing their keyboard to press end turn. Nice. Let's waltz our way to victory. No need to attack in, just do some damage to everything on board. That's gonna be GG's, extra cheese. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.